Hi yogis in Yogi Land. This is Scott here. Such a pleasure to speak today. It's going to end up being a beautiful evening. So to just come to the center of our mat. Before we sit down, we'll do some side to side. So we're going to shake out our wrist. I like to, the knee comes towards you when the foot comes up. So we're going to do like this. We're going to have so much fun. Remember, the classes are of a therapeutic and pelvic health. So now we're here. Just circle the leg and rotate the hip. Okay. And then we're going to rotate the other way and come on the toe. And then we're going to do some more of the light twist here. The theme of our class is our tapas, and that is of the niyamas. That's our inward projection, and that has to do with our purifying practice. So now we're going to come on the toes to this one, and we're going to again give the pelvic, and then we're going to just leave the foot there. We're going to do some gentle rotations here. That's so big. Actually, for these pelvic rotations, being really round isn't necessary. And this is really good because it will, remember when your pelvis tilts in, so you get the inhalation, you drop, you can get a lot of air in the belly there, and come up. And this is, it gives me great pleasure to mention this to you, because it took me many years in my practice to understand that. Inhalation, exhalation. And you move your pelvis, and especially a lot of the asanas that you enjoy will help you get into the asanas that you so much enjoy to do. And we'll just do very gentle pelvic. This is very important. This is what the classes are all about right here. Pelvic health. I have a lot of issues here, and it gives me great pleasure in doing the yoga practice with you to help you dip into your practice if you have these issues, and we'll go the other. Very, very slow. And your feet can be however with your preference, your practice. Okay. And now we're going to add our bumblebees. And I found my bumblebee poem. The impossible possible. So we're going to bring our arms to like the fingertips touch your shoulders, and you just come out and just drop. Bring back up and just drop. Just let them drop. We're flapping our bumblebee wings. Okay. And this is by A.S. Waltrip. According to the laws of aerodynamics, the bumblebee cannot fly. Its body is too heavy for its wings, and that's the simple reason why. But the bumblebee doesn't know this fact, and so the bumblebee flies anyway for all to see. Remember this. When you're losing faith or hope, God's proof that the impossible can be. We're just going to just keep flapping. Now, we're going to add some aroma, and this will help also keep some of the flies away that might be bothering you. You can also rub them on your... I find that the fragrance does help. And I got my new candle here. I'll put some fragrance in there. And we were going to do our flower rotations. So we're gonna, since you're used to doing the flapping the wings, now we're gonna bring the bumblebee to the flower. Okay? On the, we 4 times. 5th one comes, we bend the knees, we come back, and come down into a flower. And then bring the fingertips together, because we're going to do quite a bit of this during our class. And then we bring the backs of the fingers together and we come out. And this gets the synovial fluid in our shoulder going. And if you're, well, need some more, you can fragrance it, deepen it, you can rub your palms together. You're going to flap again. We'll do 5 of these. Just be conscious of the hands not coming more than your chin. Okay. And bend the knees along. This is good. Okay. Now we're going to do our side to sides. Inhalation up, exhalation down to the side you're leaning toward. Okay. Keep doing that. And then we're going to do some more of our pelvic rotations. Actually, you don't get too much of a breeze out here. If you see my other videos that I had up here, this is a very breezy day out here. We're in Sewanee, Georgia. This is called Sims Park. The roses are in the background. And now we're going to step up and step out a little width, and then we're going to do some more of the pelvic rotation. And bring the leg in. Shift the weight to the right. And we're going to rotate the pelvic side again. And your hands don't have to be on your waist if it's comfortable. So you're doing like, and then again, like you're on our toes when we just started. Bring it in. We'll do some more rotations. We're going to start off very small to the left side, and we're going to deepen it by coming back, make it a little wider, and then we'll do 5 one side. Now we're going to start on the going to the right, go wide, and we'll bring it in. Okay, and now we're going to bring it down. So come into a comfortable seat here. we're going to do some breath work here. It's not so hot today, so we're going to, still going to do the cooling breath. Come forward. Inhale over your tongue. How far out you stick it out, or that's up to you. As long as the air is coming over the tongue. Exhale out the nose. And now we're going to do some rotations while we're here also. And you can use your cooling breath. You can breathe in the mouth, out the nose. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the nose. Do one side a few times, the other side a few times. It's very good for the pelvis. Now, gonna touch the shoulders, raise the arms up, and then drop the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you. Give a slight twist, looking to the right. Do 3 breaths here. And now we're gonna come, bring your arms up, and we're gonna rotate to the left. The asanas that are for this week, we are doing our splits and our Utkatasana, the chair pose. So now let's open up the legs. Just widen out best you can. And then we're just gonna touch the shoulders, raise up, and just bring the forearms down here. And just see if you can come down. You can come down to your hands on your leg, it's fine. Okay, come back up, come back into our seat. Now, we are going to have so much fun here. Put your fragrance that you like, your flower. We're going to do some flower rotations. And we're going to do our alternate nostril breath today. Come into our, like a prayer hand, bring in fingers and come out. We're going to do 5 of these. Okay, now we're going to our alternate nostril. The traditional way is the index and the center finger come down. The thumb is to the right side of the nostril and the ring and the pinky to the left side. You can do your thumb and the index, or you can do a way that I really enjoy to do is because especially when you do aromatherapies in your class or your home. Aromas help you come into your practice. And then we can put, this is our Ajna chakra here. We put our fingers, our index and our thumb finger to the Ajna chakra. The thumb to the right side. Index and pinky to the left side. And we're gonna do 10 rounds. How this works, the nostril we exhale out of, we have an inhalation. We give a slight squeeze with the thumb and the whatever finger you're using on the left side. After you breathe in, exhale right. Breath in right. Pause. Exhale left. Known as the Aloma Viloma breath. So, at your own pace, I'll cue you through this. So, set up where you are. Just put a little pressure on the right nostril. Exhale left. Breath in left. Slight squeeze. Or pause. Exhale right. And you want to add the Dirga breath. You want to fill up the stomach and exhale from the chest out the stomach on the exhalation. Okay? Breath in right. Pause. Exhale left. That's one round. Inhalation left. Slight squeeze. Exhale right. Breath in right. Exhale left. Breath in left. Pause. Exhale right. Inhalation right. Exhale left. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Okay. Great. And we'll just do this meditation in motion, more grounded. A lot of de-stressing is going on in that breath work. Tapa's discipline, use of energy, paying attention to what we eat, attention to body posture, attention to eating habits, attention to breathing patterns, create union with the divine. Now we're going to come onto all fours now and do our cat-cows here. And like to set up for our cat-cows is extend the knee out, drop it down. Extend the left one, drop it down. Back of the hands to the shoulders, drop down. And this will help you find your alignment. Now when we come up, very gently, you don't want to squeeze the neck. Put your forefinger and your index finger and just press back until you feel pressure there, and that's it. It's almost like your eyes just come to the top of the mat. And we'll do some gentle rotations here. And now we're going to do some, this is a sundial, so it's only fitting that we do our sunbird here. So I'm going to bring my heel to my left heel to my booty. My left hand comes to my shoulder and kick out. Inhalation here, exhalation, knee down, hand down. Opposite sides, right arm is extended out, the left leg comes out. You can bring the heel to the booty, help you with alignment. Inhalation, exhalation. We'll do 5 of these. Now, this is puppy we are in. We're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to press up into our dog. So the puppy to our dog. And now we're here, we're going to inhalation, one heel up, and exhalation, the other down. Inhalation, exhalation, down. Great. We're going to walk our feet up to our hands now. And we're going to forward fold here. This is a very important fold. You can keep your hands on your shins on the exhalation. Inhalations, this is half fold. Exhalation, so we're going to be doing quite a bit of these. But this is the top 10 out of 608. And bring the hands to the shoulder. You can do a little side to side. If your hands touch the ground, you can, on inhalation, fingertips come up. Exhalation, the palm comes down. Remember to have buoyancy in the knees, because we're going to do a lot of asanas. There's buoyancy. We don't lock out or you overextend. So you want to have buoyancy so we don't get tipped over. We're not locking out the knee like this, or just have and that's the proper way, because we don't want to hurt ourselves, right? And we want to show up tomorrow, the next day, next week, the month after that, the years after that, right? Touch the shoulders and extend the arms out into a wing. You can flap your wings. Bring up. And that's the spirit of ecstasy, actually. Come into our slight back bend and come into our flower rotations. That's the spirit of ecstasy. There's an essence and an elegance in our yoga practice. Right? That's why we want to show up. Yoga fun. Give yourself an hour and a half of me time, right? This is so much fun. I love bringing my pinwheel. This is what this is called. Our pinwheel. Looks like the wind died down. It was very windy a little while ago. So just rotate the arms up. Get a lot of the synovial fluids in our shoulders going. And now we're gonna bring that back. And now, here's a little bit of concentration here to rotate the right arm forward. And now bring the left arm up and bring it the opposite. Left arm back. It's a bit challenge here, but see, coordination if you can do it. I didn't realize it was that challenging. So the students in my class were like, what? So start with the left forward and bring the right arm back. But it's just a and now here's come back up to bring the arms up and pinwheel forward. And since I'm facing you, I'm going to rotate back. The third time your left arm comes up, step back with the left leg. If dropping the heel, see the buoyancy? The front's already just the back, so we're not locked out. If your heel doesn't come out, just come on the toes, and that's an Anujeti. It's also of a warrior, or Anujeti warrior. But right now, and this is a bit something we can do while we're doing our pelvic. Let's just drop this heel while we have it up. Come up on the heel, everybody, and we're just going to drop down to the left side. And your hands could be wherever they are. The shoulders come up. We'll be in our warrior stance here for this a pelvic exercise here. Come back up. And now if you can drop back into our warrior. It gives me great pleasure to show you that. I got that from Dr. Bree. Bring the hands to the mat. There's an elegance and an essence in our practice. We're going to bring with the rotations and bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the right, come back into our dog. We're going to drop the knees, drop the forearms. We're going to come into our Zen Asana. Lead with the chin to the top of the mat. Press up into our Bhujangasana. This is a very important asana, so we'll be here we'll do 10 breaths here. And all along you can press up as best you can. Inhalations or elongations, exhalations are deepening into the asana. The challenge is you can just even come down to the palms, but just very gently, nothing forced. Let your breath take you where you need to go, okay? We're gonna come press up into our puppy. On the inhalation, we come up the whole center torso. And this time you'll see how our hands are extended. One finger, full fingerprint back towards you, closer to you. And now tuck the toes under, and that will help you to come into your dog. Raise the left leg up. Step up with the left. Step up with the right. Come into our forward fold here. I'm moving on my mat. Just stay where you are. Pinwheel our arm forward. Come back. The right arm comes up. We step back with the right. Touch the shoulders. And your shoulders are vertical to the mat. Remember, we're gonna come into, we're gonna lift the, if you're in your one, we're gonna come into our Anujeti, so just lift the heel. And now we're gonna drop the right to the right of the mat. Just a slight little, there's a slight little twist going on there. Okay, great. Come back into our Anujeti. Now come back into our Warrior One. You see how I pinwheeled one arm? You can do that also when you bring the hands to the mat. Sit back with the right. Inhalation forward, drop the knees. Drop the forearms. Lead with the chin. And come into our Bhujangasana. Press back. Come up into our puppy. We grow our puppy to our dog. Raise the right leg up. Step up with the right. Step up with the left. Forward fold here. Touch the shoulders, come into our Spirit of Ecstasy. Sweep the arms forward. Come into our flower rotations. Okay. Pinwheel the arms forward. The left arm comes up, step back with the left. Our Warrior One. Bring the hands to the mat. We're gonna add on here, we can come into our Zen Asana, or we can add our Utthita Chaturanga, which is inhalation forward, exhalation Chaturanga. Inhale up. Ardhva Mukha Svanasana, exhale Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise the left leg up. Step up with the left, step up with the right. Come into our forward fold here. Open up to our Spirit of Ecstasy. Sweep the arms to our back bend here. And now we're going to come into our flower rotation. We'll do one more on the other side. We'll add on a little bit to this one. Bring wheel back. The right arm comes up. Step back with the right. Come into our Warrior One. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. You can drop into the Zen Asana, knees to the Zen Asana, or you can come into our Utthita Chaturanga. Exhale Chaturanga. Inhale up. Ardhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now raise the right leg up. Step up with the left. Come into our forward fold here. Open up the arms for our Spirit of Ecstasy. Put the arms up to our slight back bend here. Come into our flower rotations. Okay. We're going to add on a little bit again. This is all level class, all welcome. So the modification is just what they say, follow your age, right? So lift the left arms up. Step back with the left. Virabhadrasana 1. Bring the hands to the mat. Step up with the right. Now we're here, we're going to come forward. Again, we'll do our Utthita Chaturanga or Zen Asana. Okay, now raise that left leg, come up. And we're going to do some rotations here. Bring the left leg up and open up. See if you can see it underneath your right on your underarm there. And then we're gonna drop it. If that's too challenging to drop, just come in, just drop the knee and extend out, okay? And those of us that can drop, we'll come back. And then we'll come back up. Come back into our dog. Inhalation, Utthita Chaturanga. Exhalation, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise the left leg up. Step up with the left. Step up with the right. Forward fold here. Open up to our Spirit of Ecstasy. Sweep arms, come to our slight back bend here. Come into our flower rotations. There's so much elegance in the flipping the dog. And it's a bit challenging, but I just showed you modifications, so nobody's left out. The right arm comes up. Step up with the, step back with the right to our warrior one. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. Come to our dog. Inhalation to our Utthita Chaturanga. Exhale, Chaturanga. Heel up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise the right leg up and open up here. We're gonna do some rotations here. Now open back up. And then we're going to drop that over. Modification is just to drop the left knee and extend the right leg. Okay? Come back up into our dog. Inhalation, Utthita Chaturanga. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, walk up to our feet to our hands. Fold here. Open up to our Spirit of Ecstasy. Sweep the arms. Come into our back bend here. Come into our flower rotations. And now we're going to come into we're deepening our practice right now. To come into our we're going to come into our Utkatasana. This is the asana of the week. So in our Utkatasana, the knees are slightly bent. We come up here. And now we're going to bring this, we're going to Parvarita or Utkatasana. Bring the left elbow outside the right, best you can. And then we come into a prayer. Okay. Come back up. Stay in your Utkatasana here. Bring the right elbow outside the left. Open back up into our Spirit of Ecstasy. Come into a back bend, and all the while we do the back bends. See how far back you do come in your back bend. Okay. Pinwheel our arms. Raise the left arm up, step back with the left. We're coming into our warrior series now. This is going to be for the pelvic area. Remember to have the buoyancy is you don't lock out the knee. Touch the shoulders for alignment. Now we're going to come into our warrior 2. Fingertips were parallel to the mat. Brush the shoulders and come out. Elongations with the breath. And I like to flip the palm. When you flip the palm, helps you with brings it back a little bit, help you find your alignment. So if you at home and you're wondering, is it right? You'll find it right. And you just have the heel to the inside the arch kind of lined up pretty much. And you got buoyancy in the rear leg, you got the front leg, the kneecap's not going over your toes. And you got it. You showed up. I'm so proud of you. Now, we're going to reverse this. And we'll come into our warrior, the elegance. Brush the body with the left. I would just bring the right arm back. So and the more out you are, the more elegant it looks, okay? And we're doing this quite often in my practice. Essence and an elegance come into our warrior 2. And very gently and elegantly bring this right arm on top of the right knee, and very gently. We're coming into our Utthita Parsvangasana. And just do our pinwheels here. Pinwheel the other way. Come back into our warrior, the elegance. Bring the fingertips together, open up into our warrior 2. And now we're going to squiddle this back foot in. A squiddle is maybe a foot width. We're going to come in now to our Utthita Parsvangasana. We're going to be exhaling over the right leg in the back. Bring the hands to the elbows. You can come into a mudra. It's a clasp. And then lift up with the elbows and come out. And my favorite, which took me a long time to do, is we could call it the reverse prayer. So it'll be like this, and I'm exhaling over my right, so I'm at my right thumb over my left thumb. You start pointing down, and then you bring it up behind, like that, okay? And you have a slight back bend here. Exhalation over, remember the buoyancy in the back leg. Exhale over the right leg. Okay. Come back into our slight back bend here. Open up into our warrior 2. And then you have some wrist stuff. This is always good too. In the warrior 2, we also work the wrist, help you alignment. And you can rock the hands to the front and back of the mat and feel where your breath takes you. Inhalation is elongation, exhalation settling into your asana. Coming to our warrior, the elegant. And now, very gently, I'm bringing this, the right hand is to my upper thigh, my left hand is gonna follow, and I'm coming down my right leg. I'm gonna bring the back of my hand to the inside of my shin. My left hand, if you have it in you, remember to have the buoyancy on the knee, because this one is very easy to fall over when you're concentrating on a whole lot of other things, right? Brush the body with the left. and open up here. Come into our reverse warrior. Warrior the elbow. Now, we're going to have so much fun here because we're going to Parivrtta our Parsvankasana. So we'll open up into our warrior two. I'll just turn the other way to show you. Come into our warrior one. Exhalation, we're bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. And the Parivrtta Parsvankasana. Come back up into our warrior the elegant. Open back up into our warrior two. Squiddle that rear foot in. And now we're going to bring the left to the right thigh and the right will follow. We're going to come into a Parivrtta Trikonasana. This time the right hand brushes the side and comes up. I like to have the elbow bent, and that'll help you come up a little bit more elegant. Yes. And now we got a little bit of a challenge going on here. Come into our warrior one. We are going to, since you've been with me for a while, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. There's modifications. We are going to come into our hummingbird in paradise. Yoga is very expensive. When you go to yoga studios, it gives me great pleasure to bring the studio to you. That's why I set up like this the best I can. There's modifications. So we're going to come into warrior two. We're going to come into our platform is our Utthita Parsvankasana. We've been here before. We are going to now, we're going to deepen this. I just broke my lighter. Got one of those insect candles, and now my lighter broke. We are going now to bring our right elbow on top of the right knee, pinwheel the arm, 3 one way, 3 the other way. And now you can very gently lift the elbow off here and touch the shoulder, come in and reach out. Come back into our warrior the elegance. Open back up to our warrior two. That's the modification for those of you that aren't going to go into the hummingbird. And so, okay, that will be your modification. And then we're going to do 15 breaths. So find your elegance in this little practice, okay? We're going to start in our warrior the elegance. Open up into our warrior two. Bring the elbow to the right elbow to the right knee. You're going to pinwheel here. You're going to lift up. Now, to deepen this, I'm going to drop the right hand to the mat. And this is what they call a bind. Sometimes if you can't bind, you can bring your towel or a strap behind you. So we bring the elbow and we bind here. Okay? We squiddle up with the left foot, and we come on our tippy toes with the right, and when you feel you have it, you just press up on the right, on the left. And when you feel comfortable, extend the right leg and see if you can do 10 breaths here. And that has nothing to do with what level. Coming to our reverse warrior. That has everything to do with physique and showing up to your mat every day. Open to our warrior two. Okay. Now, coming to our warrior one. And now very gently and elegantly, you can come into your Anujeti by coming on the toes with the rear leg. The hands into the floor. We're going to turn this into an Ardha Chandrasana. We're going to put our weight over the right leg and step up with the left. Then bring the left heel to the booty. And then we extend out. Brush the body with the left hand and an Ardha Chandrasana. Look at the camera, wave to you. Look up to the trees, look up to the clouds, a beautiful blue sky after it rained all week. One of the most windiest days since I've been down here. Come back into our warrior, the elegant. Open up into our warrior two. And now we are going to Parivrtta to come into our warrior one. Come back into our Anujeti. Also, that means the heels lifted. Bring the hands to the mat. Kick up. The left heel touches the booty, kicks out. And now we lift the right hand. Brush the body with the right into our Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. The dark side of the moon here. Okay, come back into our warrior, the elegant. Remember to say buoyancy here. I'm moving around to show you, so I'm facing you. Open back up to our warrior two. Come back into our warrior one. Then we have this whole sequence to do on the other side. Come into our Utkatasana here. And the width is up to you. Okay? And since I'm going to be going the other way, I'll be pinwheeling. Pinwheel our hands this way, forward, pinwheel back. The right arm comes up, step back with the right. Come into our warrior one. Come into our, touch the fingertips to the side, open to our warrior two. Remember the buoyancy in the rear leg. Now drop the right hand down the right leg and come into our warrior, the elegant. Warrior two. And very gently and elegantly, we're going to put the left elbow on top of the left leg and pinwheel the arm here. And come back into our warrior, the elegant. Open up warrior two. And now we're going to put the left leg on the thigh. The right, you can squiddle up the rear leg if you feel comfortable. To make it more comfortable, your preference. Not talked about in a lot of yoga classes, a lot of the warrior stance. They come into our Utthita Trikonasana, we just extend that left leg a little bit. The left leg's on the thigh, the right hand follows. Brush the body here. Come back into our warrior the elegant. And feel where you feel comfortable, because we're coming into our Utthita Parsvantasana. So it shows you the preferences of the hands to the shoulders, mudra, or the reverse prayer. Remember, we're exhaling over the left leg, so the left thumb is over the right thumb. Okay. On the reverse, if you did a reverse prayer. Back bend here, exhalation. Come back up into our reverse prayer here. And now we're going to Parivrtta. Come into our warrior one. Come into our warrior one. Bring the right elbow outside the left knee. Come back into our warrior the elegant. Come back into our warrior one. Feel comfortable where your back foot is. The right hand comes to the thigh, the left follows. And then we're going to open up to our Parivrtta Trikonasana. Come back into our warrior the elegant. Open up into our warrior two. Come into our warrior one. Bring the hands to the mat. You can, and this time you can also come into our Anujeti with lifting the heel. Get ready for our Ardha Chandrasana. And I think that I come over this way. Bring the right heel to the booty and kick out. And brush the body with the no. Come back into our warrior the elegant. Bring the hands to the mat. And now I'm going to brush the body with my left hand. Turn to a Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. If I bring the right heel to the booty, kick out. Come back into our warrior the elegant. Open up into our warrior two. Come into warrior one. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back into our dog. Inhalation. You can drop the knees and do the Zen Asana. You can come into our Utthita Chaturanga. Exhale Chaturanga. Inhale up Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk our feet up to our hands. Open up into our spirit of ecstasy. Push the arms forward. We'll do our flower rotations here. That was a great reward that we can reward ourselves of giving us some actually, hold up. We didn't do our, we gotta do our hummingbird on our other side now. So let's come into our warrior one. Step back with the right. And now we're gonna do our warrior the elegance. Open up into our warrior two. Bring the left elbow on top. Pinwheel the arm here. Bring the left hand to the mat. Bring the, come behind here to bind. Walk the left foot up. Come on the front. I'm on my left. My weight is on my right. I'm lifting up my left. So you can come here to your tippy toe, or the modifications of the warrior the elegance, and then just put the weight on the right. And that's why a good way to experience the buoyancy, because that will help you come up and kick out with the left for 10 breaths. Drop this down. Come back into our Utthita Parsvankasana. Come into our warrior the elegance. Open up into our warrior one. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with the left. Inhalation. You can drop the knees, the Zenasana, or you can do the Utthita Chaturanga. Inhale up, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk your feet up to your hands. Forward fold here. Exhalation, half fold. Exhalation, full fold. Okay. Open up into our spirit of ecstasy. Come into our back bend here. Pinwheel our arms forward. And come into our flower rotations. Okay. And we're going to roll our shoulders up and up. And we're going to touch the shoulders and come into our Utkatasana here. Okay. And now we did one balance, but since we're out here and we're having so much fun, we're gonna add our Nada Raja Asana. Okay. So, from our Nada Raja Asana is the dancer. We are going now to, we're going to add our Heka Hastin Pangdangasasana and come into our Nada Raja Asana. So now, your preference of what leg you want to start on. We just did those of us that did the hummingbird, we just did, let's do the opposite leg there. So I'm going to put my weight on my left. I'm placing my hands. And a little bit of buoyancy in that left leg. We don't lock it out. You know, those of you who are overextended, have that buoyancy also. Be conscious of that. And just hug the right knee into the chest here, best you can. Yogi toe lock, center and index. Index and center, in between the toes. Inhalation here, open up. I like to bring the heel back to the body and then open up with the upper thigh out and then open here. Okay, now we're going to come behind. We're going to come Hug in here. Bring the knee to the chest again. Bring the heel behind. Now we're going to the hand outside here is a little bit of a shoulder tensions there, so you want a little bit more on the shoulder. You bring it into the hand to the inside, and it's a little less like the ligaments and all, less stress on the shoulder joint there. The left hand touches the shoulder, reach up and like our warrior one arms. The flex is see how my toes are coming closer to my shin. And this is another experience of the inhalation, elongation, exhalation. Just tilt forward. 10 breaths here. Bring the knee to the chest again. Bring the left to the outside, the right to the inside, and we kick out. Just a transition. And then we can walk that out. We'll come into a forward fold here. And we can just now we're going to come up. Let's do some hip circles here for our pelvic circle. Also as our transition, okay? And get ready for our seated asanas after this. So okay, now we're starting the other side. So I bring my weight on my right. My hands are clasped, bringing my knee up here. My index and center to the in between the toe and the second toe there. I have my right hand on my waist here. Kick out here. Do like 3 breaths on these transitions. Come back in. Open up here. And now kick out. Almost like when we were in our hummingbird of paradise. Yes? Okay. Now bring it in. Hug in the knee. And now we're going to bring it behind. So I come here. I got and then we're going to bring the hand to the inside. The left fingers to the inside. Touch the shoulder with the right. Reach out like if you're in your warrior one. And just on the exhalation, tilt forward. Okay. Bring the knee back into the chest. The left comes inside, the right comes outside, and we kick out. Hug it in here and fold forward. Okay. Great. Open up and let's come into our Utkatasana. And we'll come out a little bit wider in our Utkatasana. We're going to do some more hip circles here. Do 5 one way and 5 another way. Okay. And now come back into our Utkatasana, wide stance where you are. Exhalation. We have another flower, so you want to give your flower some fragrance on the way down. Exhalations, come down. Inhalation, exhalation. We're going to bring the elbows to the inside of our knees to our Malasana here. And enjoy your flower here. You're done. We're now done to do or seated or restorative Shavasana coming very shortly. Drop this left hand to the mat. Brush the body with the right. Come into a flower. Drop the right hand down and raise, brush the left up. And now come back into a flower. We haven't done this one in a while. We're going to do this. We got a lot of, we're going to come into our blackbird to our blackbird to our crane. Blackbird is the knees over here. Blackbird is up a little higher. If you know, it's a little bit different. So we're going to, and that's why we have a lot of buoyancy with the wrists. I have to move the wrist around a lot. There's a lot of pranic going on, and it's really, really awesome also for the body. So now, just get set up here where you feel comfortable. Come on the toes. You can bring the heels together, or you can lift off one at a time. And look for a 4-leaf clover, but try not to bring the neck back. You come out of it, come back in. We'll do 5 breaths here because we're going to come up into our crane. And you can feel where you are. Just come back out. We'll roll the wrist around again and do it again. This time you can see if you can bring up the knees a bit higher. If you do, come back in and come into our flower. Just play there. Come into a lot of the wrist action here. And now we're coming into our forward fold. Okay. Okay. Touch the shoulders. Inhalation up. Exhalation, remember, inhalations are elongations. And bring the hands back down to your booty. We're going to come into our Dhanurasana. For 5 breaths here. There's a transition also as a transitional breath here. Touch the shoulders, raise up. And now on the exhalation, see how I have the knees are up. Exhalation, and on the exhalation you can let the knees open up more, so you'll see the dropness as you get elongation on the exhalations. This is a very important asana. In the first one, we're going to do 10 breaths here. And now here's the fun. We're going to come back into our Dandasana here. Bring the hands back into our Dandasana. Get the feet flexed, means the toes are towards you. We're going to press up to the mat. You can have the fingers to the end of the mat, or you can have them face to the front of the mat. I like having my fingers just lifting up from the Dhanurasana and up to a Parsvantasana. reverse plank. And the toes come down to the mat as best as possible. Okay. Touch the shoulders, raise up, and fold again to our Paschimottanasana. This is so much fun. This is a seated vinyasa we are doing here. Bring the knee to the chest. Drop it to the left. My right leg, we're going to be exiting our Janu Sirsasana. It's a very important asana also. Concentrate on this left shin rolls forward. Can we touch the shoulders for alignment. Exhalation. You can have we're on the right leg, the right hand, the left hand will follow. On exhalation, we'll do 10 breaths here. And now here's my favorite. Aparivrtta Janu Sirsasana. This, open up the right heel comes to the right corner of the mat. Inhalations are elongation, exhalations are the deepening, and this is, to me, the one asana you will really experience that. The index, center finger, yogi toe lock here. On the exhalations, the right elbow comes to the inside of the knee. The left fingers touch the shoulders for alignment, and then we extend up. So we're looking underneath the whole upper arm there. On 10 breaths, see where this left hand reaches your toes. Inhalations, elongation, exhalations, deepening into the asana. Aparivrtta Janu Sirsasana. That is so awesome. Now, leave the left way it is. We're going to bring the right leg over and come in. We are coming in to our cow face pose. I'm so happy I don't mention all day long. So I got the right is over the left. We're gonna touch the shoulders and raise our arm up. The right leg is over, so I'm bringing my right arm behind, and I'm gonna, you have a strap or this towel here to grab. And now we extend the right leg back, raise the left leg up. We're going to twist to the left, to the right, twist to the right very gently. Now we're going to bring this foot over, raise both arms up again. I'm going to wave to you here. This right arm hugs us in. If this is too much on your hip on the cross, crossing over, you can have it to the side. That's fine. Wave over, bring down, inhale the right arm up, exhalation, bring that shoulder outside a Marichi Asana, and this is another top 8 out of 608. The right foot is flexed, and I got the buoyancy in my left elbow, so I'm just looking over the left. Extend the left. Touch the shoulders again, come into a forward fold again. Bring our hands to the booty and press up again for our Parsvantasana for 5 breaths. And you can play around with which way you feel that you like with the fingers faced. And since I am going to be over to use, I will face the other way. Come into our forward fold here. Bring the right knee up to your chest here. And then we're going to drop this open. And come into our Janu Shirsasana. Exhalation, the left hand leads, the right hand will follow. And see if we can come up to our feet here. Okay. Now, we're going to open up here to the left. And Parivrtta, so the index and center in between the toe and the second toe. Touch the shoulders with the right, 10 breaths here. Remember the left elbow comes in inside the left knee. And now, this is called the Gomukhasana. We're going now to bring the left leg over now. Now the left leg is over. Bring both arms up. The left arm comes behind. We'll do 5 breaths here. And now, I'm going to extend the left, inhale up the right. You can cross it over. Gonna look over to the left here for a slight little Parivrtta. Bring the arms up. Now bring the left elbow outside the right. And now extend the leg up. Come back into our Paschimottanasana here. And we're going to set up for our split here. So we're going to, on the mat, if you're really comfortable, open up here. We're setting up for our splits or closing of our class now. We did this in the beginning of the class. So bring the elbows down. I didn't pick the exact time when we started here. It's almost time to close this class up. So bring the left leg up and we'll come into our Parigrihasana here. Okay? And lean to the right. Bring this right to meet the fingertips and open up. Do 3 here. Okay? And now I'm going to bring this right knee down. I'm extending out with the left, and now we're coming into our Hanuman Asana here. I'm going to walk out with the toes under and just squiddle the heel to the front of the mat best you can. I have a little bolster here I could put underneath my do 30 breaths here. This is the asana of the week. And just find the deliciousness in here. Hanuman Asana is the monkey god. He made a tremendous leap from India to Sri Lanka to rescue the Princess Sita. As I release tension from the core of my being, I embrace the present moment completely. Okay. Now, our transition. I'm going to come back down, come back into our, just very gently onto the left part of the booty there. Open up wide here. And now we're going to bring this right leg in. Right. And now we're going to open up here into our Parigrihasana over the other side. My favorite song is on. Okay. And now, walking out with that left leg. The right leg comes up and we squiddle our to our Hanuman Asana. And very gently, I'm gonna come on to the right side. Come back into that wide stance. And come into a forward fold here. And we get ready for our close of our class. come into our happy baby here. And whittle out your hands and your feet. And we're going to come into a shoulder stand. And drop back into a plow. And very gently, one vertebrae at a time, we're going to come back down. Hug the knees in, extend up. Now we're going to put our booty on our hands here, come up on our elbows here, slight back bend here. And come into our Shavasana. Cross the body with the right hand, circulate. Bring that down, bring the left hand over. This is our chakra wheel. Fingertips together, come to the center of the body. Bring the back of the hands together and brush the body up and down and then widen out the hands. And these are meridians. Come down. And this is regular breath. We have our Muladhara chakra, and that's the base of the spine. That is our earthly element. And the color is red. We got our Vadhisthana, our water element, and the color is yellow. We got our Manipura for the fire element, and the color is orange. Come up a little more, we have our Anahata. The element is air. The color is green. Go to the throat chakra there, Vishuddha, and that is blue. And the element is ether and space. Come up to the third eye there, and that's the Ajna chakra, and the element consists of all the elements, and the color is violet. We come up to our Sahasrara chakra, the crown of the head, and that is the kaleidoscope of colors, and that also consists of all the elements in our body. Just tune in. If this is too challenging, staying here, Shavasana, you can roll to one side. If you roll to one side, the arm that you are on top of, that hand comes to your crown of the chakra, and the arm that crosses over, that palm comes to the side of your face. Your preference, your practice. Now, stay here. I'm going to read a poem before you come up. And this is my favorite poem by Dana Fultz. Yoga is not about the pose. It's not the alignment of toes or hips or shoulders. It's not about the form. Yoga is an invitation to explore, not a command performance. It speaks the language of the soul. In the flow of breath and motion, yoga coaxes us from the confines of the known across the silent thresholds into vastness. Yoga is the union of prayer and movement, guided from inside. It is healing and the joy of saying yes to life. Breathe, relax, and feel the body receive its own truth. The seed of freedom flowers within each of us whenever we are open to what's real. And one more thing for our tapas here. Peaceful heart, the heart nectar of serenity, naturally transforms all tension held in my lower body. Centering in the present moment as I release tension from the core of my being, I embrace the present moment completely. With balance, personal power, and self-esteem, I embrace the challenges as opportunities. You may seat up and join me in the closing of our class. Our Oms. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the words and actions of my teachings contribute to the health and well-being of you. Namaste, Sat Nam, my yogis. It gives me great pleasure to speak this class to you.